Okay, in this lesson I am going to teach you it's not what you eat that is the most important thing, it is how you eat it, and give you a little advice on how to eat one ingredient foods most of the time. So, in front of me I have a smorgasbord of stuff. On the right side I have the processed, or what the world would consider crappy food, but unfortunately it's the stuff we love. The chips, the candy, the cookies. This is our comfort food, all right, for a lot of us. One of the reasons why the diets, as I mentioned before, don't work is because we're asked to cut all this out. And we're only asked to eat this food, which is the one ingredient food. And that's a good thing. But, and here's the but, when you cut this out cold turkey, you can lose the weight for about, 90 days, maybe 6 months. But it typically comes back because you're in contraction. So one of the cornerstones of the 17-second diet is to show you how to eat with presence and energetically prepare yourself to eat when you're eating low vibrational food, so that when you're eating this food, it doesn't have that weight gaining effect on you. The innate intelligence of your body will simply take the best and leave the rest. Everything has vibration. The comfort food, unfortunately, because it's processed, is low vibrational. Harder to digest, usually leads to weight. But what we're telling you in the 17-second diet is, we don't want you to do this. We don't want you to go cold turkey on comfort food like this, because it'll put you in a state of resistance, which puts your cells in a state of contraction, and that's not good. So, don't give this up. But this is how you eat your comfort food. If you know you're going to have some chips, if you know you're going to have a piece of cake, take 17 seconds and set your mind. Get present, meaning don't worry about what's going on in the office. Don't worry about what's coming up in the next hour or your favorite show. If you're going to eat comfort food, I want you to be completely present, not thinking about the past or worrying about the future. I want you to get in a state, an elevated vibrational state. If you love this food anyway, eat it lovingly. Here's the key. In other diets, when they tell you don't eat this, what happens? People cheat, right? And they eat it anyway. And then they what? They feel guilty. Guess what? As soon as you go guilty, you're like this, your body's going to be like this, you're going to gain the weight. But if you eat it with appreciation, be present with it, eat it sumptuously, eat it with joy and really enjoy it, while at the same time visualizing your ideal body. Knowing that your body now will only take what it needs and it'll leave the rest. Enjoy it. I also want you to cut it in half. So we're not cutting it out, but we are going to cut it in half because most of us simply overeat. We have too many calories. So we're not going to cut out the comfort food. We're going to eat it with presence. We're going to eat it high vibrationally. Now, ultimately, you want to eat high vibrational food high vibrationally. But you don't have to, because if you put that pressure on yourself, then it probably wouldn't work. So it's more important that you cut this in half, eat it with a high vibrational state of mind and emotionally feeling it, right, and enjoying it with no guilt. What I'm trying to get across to you is no guilt. Because again, this is all about mastering energy. And if you're going into guilt because you're eating a comfort food, that is the worst thing you can do. All right? So, let's go over here. These are one ingredient foods. These are high vibrational foods. Very healthy for you. Ideally in your diet, you want to have an 80-20 mix. You want to have an 80% fruit, nuts, vegetables, 20% meat. Or if you're a vegetarian, 20% where you're getting vegetable protein, a source of protein, in at least 20% of your diet. However, on the 17-second diet, we're not saying just eat this. certainly if you gravitate toward this, and as you start to purify yourself energetically, guess what? Your body's going to yearn for this more. You're going to start weaning yourself off the comfort food, and you're going to naturally, energetically, to progress to want to be eating one ingredient foods, which is like a lemon or a potato or a salad, a carrot, an avocado, whatever it is. These also alkalize. Fruits and vegetables primarily alkalize. This will cause acid in your body. Again, when there's too much acid in the body stores it as fatty acid. And we talked about this in the water and hydration lesson. So what's the takeaway in this? Here's the takeaway. Don't give up your comfort foods. You don't have to. But what I'm not telling you to do is eat your comfort foods the way you have and be worrying about and be unpresent with them, because you will gain the weight. What you have to understand, and again, it goes back to energy, what we've been teaching you, take 17 seconds, if you're going to have your comfort food, only 17 seconds, visualize that ideal body, be present with it, no guilt, no bad feelings. That's what you're eliminating energetically from your awareness. That's the takeaway. So enjoy this, because by enjoying it, you're not going into contraction. You're not going to be wishing you could still eat it, which is why a lot of the other diets have failed. But what we're telling you is eat it energetically, high vibrational. I know I keep saying that, but the repetition is the mother of all learning, and I want you to learn this. Okay? So go out there, have fun, enjoy your food, cut it in half, watch the pounds drop, and you'll naturally start to energetically progress towards the one ingredient foods. Go out there. Remember, always have fun doing this.